Hello, my name is Caitlin Hunter, and today we are going to go over some best practices for negotiating compensation when you have received a job offer. If you've watched our other video on preparing for negotiations, you already know why we negotiate and how to prepare for a negotiation. Now that you know you should negotiate and have prepared for your negotiation, you need to know how to negotiate. Two key factors in negotiation are your reservation point and your aspiration point. Like all other aspects of negotiation, it is very important to be realistic about what these are and to think about them in advance. The aspiration point is your goal, but it must be the best outcome you realistically hope to achieve. Maybe you make a certain amount, but you are planning a big industry or function switch. This is a time when it is especially important to be realistic about what you can expect to be offered, and where doing market research will really help you figure out what is realistic for what you want. The reservation point is your walk-away point, what you have determined to be the least you are willing to be compensated for your work in that role. The space between your reservation point and aspiration point should encompass all aspects of your compensation package, including both qualitative and quantitative priorities. Now that you have your reservation and aspiration point, the bargaining range is called the zone of possible agreement, or your range of negotiation. So if you see early on that the compensation offer is much lower than your reservation point, you will know that it might not be worth it to negotiate. Obviously, if it is above your aspiration point, it's great news. If you think from an employer's perspective, they have opposite reservation and aspiration points. They want to hire an extremely qualified person at the lowest possible rate. So if you are trying to make a win-win situation, you can help make the employer's reservations more flexible by finding a middle group in your zone of possible agreement. When thinking about negotiating, be firm on your priorities, but flexible on reaching them. For example, some companies might not be able to budge on salary for one reason or another. Don't get upset or disgruntled. Focus on why you want it, not what you want. See if there's a way to get an extra project to show that you can handle more work. Or is there a way to have a 6-month review to discuss further compensation later down the road? Many people ask a question, get a yes or no answer, then take that at face value. But remember that there are ways to get what you want if you are flexible. The goal is to keep the discussion going and see what you can achieve along the way. If you don't reach an agreement in the present negotiation, it is key to have a BATNA, or a best alternative to negotiated agreement. You always have a BATNA, and it is important to know what it is ahead of time. There's always going to be something else you could negotiate. So if you look at the quantitative and qualitative factors to consider, you start with the thing you want to negotiate first. Maybe it's on your list of non-negotiables. But you have other options if they can't negotiate salary, for example. Your alternative is to move down the list to something that is also important to you and see if you can get that instead. Again, through all negotiations, it is fine to say it's not the best opportunity if you can't come to an agreement. Thank you for this opportunity, but it just isn't a good time right now. Just remember, you never know when paths will cross again, so if you have to decline an offer, make sure to do it respectfully. Thanks for watching. In our next video, we'll go over how to have an actual negotiation conversation. If you have any questions about the content in this video or any other career-related questions, please reach out to a member of your CMC team.